This Rose, episode 50.
40. Can I have one of them?
The week started immediately post the Chile game. Players and all the management team were given the opportunity to have recharge time and recovery time through the first half of the week. And then everybody came back together later on Wednesday, and the second half of the week has been around ensuring we build and continue to develop our game.
Bye week this week. Went to Paris, went to Disneyland with my kids and my partner. My son wasn't big enough to go on all of them. Bought a fast track pass, complete waste of money because we only went on like a handful of rides. Let's not get into that because it fires me up a bit. I think he enjoyed it for the most part. We were there for like 4 hours. I think it's a record for the fastest in and out of Disneyland ever, because I said, well, Mr. said to him, do you want to leave? And he said, yeah. So he's a bit like me, he wanted to go back to the hotel and just chill out a bit. Come back on the Wednesday evening, straight into it on a Thursday. Review and preview at the same time, looking at Samoa, a bit of Chileans, and just other teams. Obviously, a lot of other teams are playing this week and we're not, so it's nice to just sit back and have some time to ourselves, really. Having that recovery time, it then enables training intensity to be at an even higher level this second half of the week. And as you know, the players look in fantastic condition. I think they're incredibly energised, and watching the way they're training, the way they're moving and how hard they're pushing, it's very clear this second half of the week we're making some really positive gains, both from a physical point of view but also in terms of the tactical, technical aspects of our game.
We're over a week away from the game, over a week away from the next game. So what you can get when you're not close to the game is a bit lateral, is a bit tippy-tappy, is a bit passive, right? We need to make sure we train properly today. We turn up Monday ready to get after that, ready to still bring this intent, still bring this aggression, but bring that little bit more calmness, that little bit more control, that little bit more consciousness about what we're doing. Me boys, we're going to be hard to beat. Not just hard to beat, me, we're going to get better as a team. Great effort over these last couple of days.
I think having the blend of players who have played a lot of Test rugby, who've played in World Cups before, some have played, and this will be some of the players, because this is their 4th World Cup. That blend with players that have played, this is their 1st World Cup, played only a few internationals, and every level in between that in terms of experience, I think that provides a great mix. I think it provides a great mix of the players being able to share their experiences with other members of the squad, the players that have been there and seen it and done it, and then you also have these new perspectives, different perspectives, a different type of energy, a different way of looking at it, and that adds to the diversity that we have within our squad.
Just trying to explain to some of these boys that some of the players that are in this group that you've got the honour of playing with now, like, probably won't play after this World Cup. It'll be your last chance to be around them in this sport and environment. You never know when it's going to all be taken away from you, all that sort of stuff, which is quite bleak. Probably won't go into that with them. But what something that stuck out to me, especially just growing up and being involved in these tournaments, is some of the boys that you're with now, you don't know how good it is until it's gone, is what I'm trying to say. Like, they're absolute heroes, legends of the sport, and you just take it for granted sometimes being around them. I've roomed with Courts, for example. He's 39 now. He's not, he'd hate that. He's getting on, probably his last World Cup cycle. He's an incredible human being, so he might be able to make another one, but there won't be another Courtney Gould, you know. So really thought a lot about that today, whilst being with the boys, and some of the younger boys probably not thinking too deeply about it. it's a blessing and a curse being a deep thinker, but yeah, it was just something that popped into my mind and I thought, geez, really ain't got much time left with this group. So yeah, let's make the most of it. When we were gelling the warm-up games and trying to find our feet a bit, I think like with anything, if you only ever ate good food, you only never know what good food tastes like, you know? And if you only ever had bad food, then you'd love the good food when it comes. And that was us at the time. We were losing games and then we had a win. It was like, Jesus, feels good, doesn't it? Let's do a bit more of this. Almost got on top of us and we were like, oh, we're losing, we're not putting out our best foot, we're not performing the way we think we should be. All of a sudden it clicks. 40 obviously had a bit to do with that in that first game, but the mood almost, it just shifted, like everything just shifted and it was like, right, we're not the worst team in the world like everyone's saying, we're actually not too bad, and yeah, as a collective we really pushed forward.
We knew it was going to happen, we knew it was coming. That's what belief is, that's what I said before the game, boys, that's belief. It ain't arrogance, it's belief. And that's what we've got, 33 boys believing in the plan, and look what we get. Something
that we've been really good at as a group is just having faith in the coaches and the plan and the direction they've been pushing. And it tends to be, in most walks of life, that if you do all stick to the same thing, no matter what the plan is, it usually works.
Since we came together as a squad back in the summer, we've talked about how we're going to develop and learn very fast about and concentrate very much upon what we need to do. That has been a consistent focus for us and it continues to be. What do we need to do each day to get better? I've asked players to embrace that plan, how we move forward at each and every day, and that's the way they tackle every day.
Hey.
Well, Steve's process-based, he's very consistent. Something I've really appreciated about him as a coach over the years, even in his previous tenure with England when he was the forwards coach. With me, he was very straight up and down in terms of he would never beat around the bush with me, he would never have any smoke and mirrors. He's relentless at work and he's always last and the latest up to finish reviewing the game or previewing the game, and he knows every single minor detail about opponents. And I really appreciate that. That's something I can get behind. He's always so well prepared and gives himself every chance to be a great coach. So I think boys really respect that about him. He sort of drilled it into us that, look boys, this is going to take some getting used to. We haven't played like this before. These are the areas we need to improve on, and we're going to hammer them home. We're going to stick to it. This is us, and here we are, seeing the fruits of our labour. So not that we're the finished article yet, and he makes that very clear as well, that there's always work to do. If I say, yeah, I believed all this whole time that we were going to get to where we are right now, I'm arrogant. If I say that, oh, I didn't believe it and we're so lucky to get, we had the easiest group, that's what people say. That's what's been coming at us left, right and rhubarb, you know, and every single time Steve's been brilliant with it. He's just been saying, listen boys, ignore it, we're doing our thing, going about our business, and everyone's been on page with that. And for us, it was like, no problem, you can all have your opinions, we know what we're doing, we've made our mind up, we know where we're going, we know what we have to do, and this is what we're going to do about it. So it's very much so been let our actions do the talking, because to be honest, it wasn't doing the talking in the warm-ups, and now it is.
I've been privileged to be involved in 3 previous World Cups. There are some aspects of those World Cups that are consistent. The excitement that you feel, the energy that you feel around the country, the way each of those countries welcomes the teams in, the way you see supporters of it, all different countries mixing along the way. I see those consistencies, and I see that in this tournament. Each one's that little bit different as well. The thing that I'd talk about that's been very consistent here with the 07 World Cup was our tremendous England supporters. I'll never forget the lift they gave the team, and I see exactly that now in this World Cup. That first game in Marseille, when Tom Curry left the field, we went down to 14 men, and I've said this before, it felt like our supporters sensed the need for them to fill that gap, and they really did, and they lifted the team. And then we go to Nice, and I thought there again they were so loud. And then we come up to Lille, and I think I sensed there was many more England supporters in the crowd there, and what an atmosphere. So as we sit here now, we're looking forward to going back to Lille again for our game against Samoa. I expect there to be tens of thousands of England supporters there in that ground, and we can't wait to be playing in front of them again.
Ils sont en train de s'équiper, regardez. Ah oui, parce qu'ils vont se mettre dans la toute. Et participer à une Coupe du Monde.
5K would be an enormous task.
You know, I was actually, I had my reservations about the Touquet. It's the colder part of France, not much going on, quiet, golfing town near the seaside. But since we've been here, you know, I've actually fell in love with it, if I'm being honest. Like, I can't believe we're gonna have to leave. We've had our little gaff and had our own little twin rooms with your roomie the whole time, proper made it homely. Had photos up of the family because we didn't have to move all our stuff out for the whole time, and not something I've experienced before.
Je voudrais que tout le monde tape dans les mains avec la musique. Allez! Vas-y Philippe. Et c'est parti! Allez!
So we're here in the centre of the Touquet at the Market Square, Sunday morning, and the Touquet 10K charity race has just started. All the players were beside the start line. Owen spoke a few words before the race started, and then a number of the coaches and management team set off in the race as well. Well, the Touquet's been incredible host to us so far. We've got another week here, and to be able to help in some small way, I think the players jumped to the opportunity to come and help start this race.
I do feel like a little part of me is going to be left behind in the Touquet, or at least I'll take some with me in the form of a patisserie.